You guys thought this was gonna be a Usopp arc? No, this turned into a Brook arc now. Oda's laughing at everybody saying this is gonna be an Usopp arc. And it's got me so excited because we don't know enough about Brook. He called out that he knows these are the Holy Knights. He knows some info. He knows so much for some reason, and we're gonna hopefully find out. And he was part of a battalion. I'm so excited for this. But yeah, let's go with the chapter 1149, called 1 Second. It continues right where it left off. Gaban is cutting Summers and cuts off his arm, and Chopper notices that he's doing damage. He's doing enough that he's also not healing, and it's great. We get some Chopper action and initiative, and it's awesome. I think Oda's writing right now has been really great, and the pacing. We're only 23 chapters into the arc, and it's really good. I feel like the pacing has done really well. But yeah, he calls himself, he notices it's Copper Gabon. Nami knows the name. No, Nami knows who they are, but only Robin knows the name of that's part of the Pirate King's crew. And Jinbei is the one that calls out. That guy is on the same level as Rayleigh, pretty much. And they're kind of, at least this translation is saying he's an equal to Rayleigh. Like, hold up, hold up. Why are we saying? Well, they think I think they are relatively equal, and that's kind of where I feel Oda has always placed Sanji and Zoro. They're like basically equal levels because he took out Queen relatively easily, and Zoro was on even terms with King. So people are saying Sanji would have been able to handle King, I think, and I think so too, right? Maybe very high difficulty as well. Anyway, that's not the discussion. We continue the chapter, and he's fighting Gaban, not Gaban. Gaban is fighting Somers, and it's like you see that he uses Somers is able to use armament hockey. That's how he's able to at least be on par with the axe. But Gaban makes pretty light work of the Holy Knights. Even the next person he's gonna fight, I feel is not a difficult fight. He was able to take care of Somers relatively easily. And I feel like they let a lot of their work and dedication down, I feel, because of the immortality. They haven't trained up to be stronger. I feel like he was always able to do light work of Somers. Maybe. Anyway, but really quick, really light work. Cuts, not, is the word decapitate correct if he cuts a large chunk of his upper body? And he goes right off to the next thing. He doesn't stop. Like, this is great pacing, right? Because this, he doesn't stop. He goes straight to the objective. He has to save Colin. His son is in danger. And when we were going into this chapter, and I know his son's in danger. I remember the time of the panel with Dragon saying, "The children are your weakest." Like, I forgot what the sentence was, but he says, "The children are your weakest." Your biggest weakness. And that next fight, man. Chopper runs right after him. Good thing too, because it's very important. He chases after Gabon. We cut to killing them and on Angie on the library. And I feel like these roles are really reversed because I feel like killing them is more in tune with the emotions of everybody else. And he says, "You did all you can. I'll burn down the library." Like, not saying it directly, but he said, "You did everything you can. That's enough. I'll take care of the library." And he shoots a fire arrow. We don't know where he's getting these damn weapons, bows from. I don't know if he's able to manifest them from his own dream, but Robin sees the library on fire. Unfortunate. And but it's still really early. I feel like the fire can be put out. Somebody can still put out that fire. I don't think the library is going to go down. And Ranja is so sad and crying that, "I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I'm alive." And I'm like, it's not your fault. I mean, the saving the kids is the correct choice. Everybody's really sad, but you know that saving the kids is the right choice. And finally, Gunko, well, Gaban is charging to Gunko, and he's about to attack her. And I'm sure he kind of makes an announcement of him arriving, but I don't think it would have mattered. Gunko should have been able to sense it or at least see it coming. And he tells, like, he's thinking to himself, Don't give me away. Don't give it away that you're my kid." And of course, what's it called? Colin gives it away. That's my dad. He's right here to save us. And Gunko just hears that and makes an arrow going straight back, direct beeline to Colin, and just holding basically a knife to his throat. And he's just telling himself, and it's insane that in his mind, and this is how it really is, right? Because you have to rely on yourself. And he says that if I can land this hit, if I do this in an instant, if I take care of this person, the kids are saved. If I fail here, everything is gonna be a ton worse. I need to save them because I can still put out the fire. I can save the kids. Elbaf is saved. We're good. Like, I need to do this right here, right now. And it's just that thought process. It's just he's really channeling everything. Like, he has to be there. And I love that. And the next thing he sees, he's charging up a massive hockey attack. Just hold on, Colin. I'm coming to save you. Just be tough. He's just an inch away. He can end it all right here. And he sees and uses, I don't know if it's confirmed he uses it. Well, no, he 100% uses observation hockey. We don't know if he can use it willingly, but it's the similar thing of seeing what's going to happen in the future. And he sees that Colin gets killed. Your children are your biggest weakness. And he is just drops the axe. Please, please stop. I can't. You cannot let your child die in front of you. I can't let my child die. And he just says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Elbaf. That panel, man, is just so strong. I really just in my feels right there. Because he sees his kid, he sees everything in the past. Ripley is saying, save our child. It's just, you can't let your kid die. And he just takes, Gunko says, you're pathetic, and shoots. It looks like she shoots 3 arrows right into him. And he just falls down into the abyss. And man, that hurts, man. And then you see Chopper jump right after. So Gabon is fine, but that took him out. Those piercing shots definitely took him out. And typically that would have been where Oda ends a chapter. But we get 2 more pages of cover spread. And this feels like, honestly, guys, this feels like the shortest, longest chapter I've read. Like, it's a long chapter and it felt so short. It's insane. Like, I feel like I didn't read anything, and then I scroll up and I'm like, nope, there's like 16 pages on this. But everybody's surprised. And then one of the kids, well, not one of the kids, Colin is calling for his dad because he's falling. He failed. He's calling for him. And in this process of calling for his dad, Gunko gets a repressed memory. Who knows? Now, there's so many theories right now, right? Repressed memory of her calling her dad. And we get a flashback of a silhouette of a slim man with a rapier, with an afro, saying yo ho ho ho. And who else is that? And she says, is that you, Brooke? And then says, my apologies, because he gets like a bubble pop. He gets a moment like, my apologies. They really do look alike. And she goes running to where Brooke is because she says, of course, she doesn't know who that is. Because the dude's a skeleton. You don't see his face. You don't know who it is. And Brooke is stuck saying, you look so similar. And she's running and she gets possessed. And we get a voice, and we know who it is. Emu possesses Gunko and says, what's taking so long? The first, and then the Holy Land is on fire. What do you mean it's on fire? theory, another theory in there. It looks like you need military might, military force, additional military force. I will help. I will show thee the dominion of God, at least in this translation. My God, what do you mean? 23 chapters into Elbaf, we're getting Emu onto the page. We're getting Emu to intervene the fight. What are you talking about? Oh, that's huge, man. That's nuts. Like, that's not like Brook was the craziest part of this chapter, and then you have Emu possessing, and then Gunko gets long hair for some reason. So this doesn't this kind of is helping the theories that Emu is a woman. Emu possesses Gunko, and I feel like Oda's gonna start leaning into it that it is most likely a woman. Grows long hair, the eyes go from two colors to one color. It goes into the style that Emu has. All the Holy Knights can tell Emu's here. So the Holy Knights know, because I never was able to confirm if the Holy Knights knew who Emu was. They just know that they borrow the power. But here it's confirmed that the Holy Knights who know who Emu is. And Emu is saying the Holy Land Mary Joa is on fire. Why is it on fire? Who is there? Is it Dragon? Is he attacking the Holy Land with Sabo? Who else would cause fire? The fire leads to Sabo, right? And I know I don't want to forget. I really don't want to forget. I want to say the theory. Blackbeard is gonna save them because the best way to get in graces of Emu and the Holy Land and becoming a king is giving all the food you can store within your Black Mist or using Caribou, just throwing all the food that they need at them because they are a lack of food. They need help defensively. What better way to show up and help the Celestial Dragons? Because that's just exactly what this man would do. Ah, man, it's nuts. I love it. I feel like that's where it's leaning to, but for right now, that's the thing. That's the end of the chapter. What else I wanted to talk about? Brook was in a battalion before. What was he defending? I don't know. I don't think that's his daughter, because if he has a daughter, I feel like you would say that, right? Like, I feel like I have a daughter back home I need to get to instead of a whale, right? But it's probably not a daughter. He was probably defending because he knows who the Holy Knights are. He was probably defending. Ah, wait, but she's calling for her dad. Dude, no way. Ah, it's nuts. She's calling for her dad, but I don't think Brook is the dad, right? Unless she might have died, or I feel like she might have been calling for somebody else, but Brook isn't the dad, but very close to being a dad to her, a father figure for her. Probably an adopted daughter, almost a Kuma situation. But he was a soldier at a battalion for the king and queen, and the daughter was the princess. She's basically a princess. That's what I'm trying to get to. But yeah, I don't want to drag it out more, guys. This video, I don't want it to pass 15 minutes. I want to get to any other points. But Emu shows up. Luffy got, I mean, that's what I was thinking, right? I called for Luffy. Ranjo was going to fall, right? But no, Oda really just throwing me off, man. So it's not Ranjo. It was it's Chopper and Gabon who fall, and Gabon's gonna tell him, you need to get up there right now. Chopper tends to his wounds, and he is gonna look at Emu's possessed person. And Emu is gonna look at Gear 5 Luffy and say, Joy Boy. Ah, so many things are happening, man. I'm so excited for the next few. Like, this arc is so good in my opinion. The fact that you get actual consequences, like the library's on fire, they're almost losing. They're almost in a position to lose. You know, and everything's not hunky dory. We're winning, and we're like Egghead. Well, you still lost actually. Well, no, even Vegapunk is dead, died, but you're gonna get his clone. But yeah, so much stuff happening. Don't want to carry it on more than this 15 so minutes, guys. Please let me know what you guys think. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want me to cover something else, a different theory, let me know. And I'll see you guys for the next one.